Hi guys, and welcome back to Rustic and Lace DIY. Today is another Christmas in July challenge. Yay! I'm so excited. Those of you who know me well know that Christmas is my time of year. I always say I should have married Santa Claus because I could do Christmas all year long. I love to give gifts. I love the tree. I love the lights. I love the ornaments. I love everything about Christmas. And I am so excited about this challenge, which I'll tell you more about that in just a few minutes. So with all that being said, let's get to crafting. Okay, here is DIY number 1. So for this project, I started out with using that jar from Dollar Tree, the Epsom salt from Dollar Tree, and some glitter that came from Walmart last year at Christmas time. And I started off by pouring some Epsom salt and some glitter into that bowl. And I'm just kind of mixing it all around. And I'm sorry I didn't show how much. I don't really know how much. I just kind of put what I felt like I wanted to use in that bowl. And then I took some Mod Podge, and I'm going to go around and I'm going to brush a good layer of Mod Podge all around this jar. Now you'll see here, I believe in a few minutes, that I don't think I put enough Mod Podge on, or it was just drying too quickly, one or the other, because I end up having to kind of go around and add more. Maybe I didn't show this, but I did end up having to kind of wipe some of this off. Yeah, see there? I was touching it and it wasn't very sticky, so I was trying to wipe some of it off, and then I just grabbed some more Mod Podge and I put a thicker layer of that. So you want to have a really good coat. You don't want it so thick that it's dripping, but you do want to have a really good coat of Mod Podge on your jar. Now I've seen other people do this, and I've seen some use Mod Podge and some use tacky glue. So you could try that as well. Then I just go in and I just sprinkle that Epsom salt and the glitter all over the jar until it's covered well. And then I left it for about 24 hours. And once it was all dry, it looks so pretty. It looks sunny and crystally. Not sunny, snowy. It's sunny out right now. Oh my gosh. Okay, so back to the project. So I took some jute twine and I'm just wrapping around. I think I wrapped it around probably 3 or 4 times. You just do it as much as you want, as much as you feel it needs, or depends on, what you want it to look like. And then I just trimmed it off, and I just going to tie a little bow there. And of course, I need something more than that. So I took this berry garland that I got from Hobby Lobby last year. And the berries are kind of spaced apart a little too far. So I took a length and folded it in half so that it's really like 2 layers. And then I wrap that around that jar. And then I'm just going to take the 2 ends and wrap them together. And here I've got that in the back. And then I realized, you know what, this would look better if that wrapped end was in the front. So I turned it around and I'm wrapping it in the front. That way some of those berries from it can hang down below the bow that I made with that jute twine. And I did not hot glue the twine. You can hot glue it down if you want, because it did kind of try to move up on me often. So I might even go back later and put a little dab of hot glue down. And then once I was done with that, I grabbed some what do you call it? Not floral, but just some greenery. There we go. And added it to that, and that was it. And I think it came out looking super adorable. And it's very easy, and I put a little candle inside. You can kind of see it there, and it is just beautiful, and I can't wait to use it. Let me know what you think of this project. Okay guys, let's talk about this challenge. This challenge is with 7 other women, and we are all new to YouTube, and we are just trying to help each other and encourage each other and support each other. So let me go through who we have. We have Krista, we have Connie, we have Robin, Chantel, Tammy, Jackie, and Sarah. and they are all wonderfully talented women, and I am so happy to have gotten to know them. So I really encourage you to check out the playlist, watch each video, and then go show them some love. Subscribe to their channels, give them a comment, give them a thumbs up. Any of those things will help support them and help them grow. So with all that being said, let's get to Christmas crafting. Okay, for DIY number 2. So I took some paper that I got from Hobby Lobby, this sign from the Dollar Tree, as well as this sign that I got at Christmas time last year from Walmart. And then I used some burlap ribbon. I believe I got this at Walmart. And then I had some of these really cute little floral pieces that I got, I believe, from Hobby Lobby last year, and I used this a lot. I absolutely loved it. So I traced out that paper so that it would fit the sign, and then I went around with my sanding paper and just gave that frame a good sanding because it was really slick and I wanted the paint to adhere to it. And then I took my Waverly chalk paint in the color Lacquer, and after I wiped it all down, I just painted the sides of that frame with that red color. And I did not worry about the middle because we're going to put the paper on top of that. And then once I was done with that, I hot glued the paper to the front. Now, I don't know why I hot glued it this way. I think I was worried that the hot glue would cool down, but I don't know. Anyways, I kind of did it a little strange, but it worked. Thank goodness, because in the next few minutes here, you'll see something that didn't work too well. So then I took my little paint scraper and I am just going around and pushing that little spike off the picture. And then I took some burlap and cut it down to size. And here I'm just kind of looking at how I'm going to place it on there. And then I decided to set it aside a little bit because I want to put this on a candlestick. So I got this candlestick at a thrift store for 99 cents. So I decided to go ahead and sand it down because, again, it was a very smooth, glossy surface and I wanted the paint to adhere to it. Then I took my Waverly chalk paint in the color Plaster and I'm giving it a good coat of that paint. Now, I didn't care if it was super thick because I did want to have a little bit of that brown showing through. In fact, once it's all dry, I take my sanding paper and I start sanding it, and then I'm sanding it horizontally, not going up and down, but going horizontal with the sandpaper. And I just love the look that it gave it. It gives it kind of that birch tree look because I didn't do a ton of it, but I did some here and there, and it almost looks like a birch tree, which I love. Then I just went in and hot glued that burlap to the front just like that. And then I'm going to hot glue the picture right onto that burlap. And I just think this came out looking so cute. And that paper, by the way, it was a 4th of July paper, but I just love the color of red, and it was kind of rustic looking, and that's what I was going for. So I took some of this greenery from the bag of stuff that I got from Hobby Lobby, and these little pine cones that are kind of rubbery, but they're really small, and I just loved how they feel and how they look. And then there was some little berries in them. They're frosted berries, and I just absolutely love that package. I hope they have more this year because I'll probably buy more. Then here comes the problem. So my gut told me not to do this with hot glue, but I didn't listen to my gut, and I should have, because in a little bit you'll see what happens. So here I think everything's working okay. I take some burlap ribbon that I got from Dollar Tree, and I am hot gluing this onto the bottom there so you don't see that edge. And then I made a little bow from that same ribbon and I put it on the front, and as I was working with it, the sign falls off. So I'm like, okay, fine, the hot glue is not going to work. So I take off the ribbon and the bow and get off all the hot glue, and I use that Fix-All glue from the Dollar Tree, and I put it all around the rim, and I put the picture on there, and I thought, well, maybe my accelerant will help. So I used the accelerant. Well, apparently the accelerant and the Fix-All do not work together because this would not stick together. So you'll see here in a minute, I stopped trying, and I go and I get a little piece of a popsicle stick that I had, and I thought maybe that will help because of the way the candlestick has that little rim around it. So I hot glue, I think I used hot glue for the candlestick or the popsicle stick, and I put it on the bottom of the picture, as you can see there, and then I put some super glue on it, and I adhere it to the candlestick, and I use my accelerant again and thought, okay, this is going to work. So I got up to grab something, and this is what happens. I turn around and it was on the table, but that popsicle stick, that was stuck. It wasn't going to move. So I thought, okay, well, and I'll put some more super glue on the popsicle stick and then spray it again and see if this sticks. Well, it didn't work. So after I cleaned it all up, I used some super glue again. This time I sprayed the popsicle stick with accelerant and stuck that on there. And this time it worked. And I think the reason why it gave me such a problem is because the frame itself is not flat on the bottom. It's kind of curved. And so I think that the glue was just not adhering correctly. So then here I put that ribbon and the bow back on, and then I took a little flower from some picks that I had from Dollar Tree from last year, and that's that. And I think it came out looking really cute. I love the way that the candle holder looks. And I think it just came out just adorable. You'll have to let me know what you think about this in the comments below. And if you'd like to follow me on social media, you can find me on Facebook and Instagram at Rustic and Lace DIY. And other ways you can support me and my channel is number one, watch my videos, subscribe if you haven't already, like, comment, share my videos, and watch those ads, because that's actually how we get paid, is by the ads being watched. And then you can also buy me a coffee, and if you do, I will give you a shout out on my community page and my video. Now, that is not something I expect you to do, but it's something I would appreciate you doing if you wanted to. So here I'm using this picture that I got from Dollar Tree last year, Valentine's Day, and then this page from the mysterious hard finding calendar. And then I took my Waverly chalk paint in the color ink, and I'm just painting the back part of that sign black. Then I took those corners, and I thought they were really pretty, and I kind of wanted to try to use them, but it just didn't look right. So I trimmed them out, and then after I got all of those corner pieces trimmed out, I took my little cutter there and I cut along each one of those red lines that was on that calendar. Oh, and then my little buddy Oliver had to come say hi to me, so I had to take a little break and give him some attention. And then once I was done with that, I took some Mod Podge and I just put it all over the back of that sign. Now, I should have probably kind of measured out where the sign was going to lay down, because I wasn't quite sure where I should Mod Podge it. So I lay the picture down, and then I do go around after I have it all smooth on there, and I put some of the Mod Podge where it needed it, where it was missed. And then once that was done and dry, I took my ink chalk paint and I took my little brush, and I am just doing a little dry brushing on the edge just to kind of blend that edge in with that black. And what I ended up doing is I ended up blending horizontally like that, or actually vertically up and down. And then after that, I went along horizontally, brushing back and forth, and it just gave it a really cool look. And then once that was done, oh, I'm sorry, you're going to hear my dog barking because the delivery driver was just here, and he does not like the delivery driver. Fortunately, he didn't see him till he was getting back in his van. Okay, so back to the picture. So I really love the way this came out. I love the blending. It really added something to that picture, and I don't know, it kind of gave it that old-fashioned look, which I really, really loved. So once I get done doing all of this, I think I was supposed to cut some of this out, so I'm sorry once again that this is still on there, but it looks adorable. Yeah, I was supposed to cut some of this out, guys. So then once I was done, I took my twine that I got from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just kind of measuring it to the length that I want it for the hanger. And then I just cut it, and I'm tying a knot in the back, and then I put a little hot glue down and hot glue it just to give it that extra security for when you hang it. And then once I had that part done, I took the other end and I start stringing those beads. Now the white beads are bigger, and I think I got those at Hobby Lobby. And then the little beads I did get from Dollar Tree. Now the paint on the ends of those kind of fill up the hole, so every once in a while I had to use my little embossing tool that I have to kind of poke a hole through that those beads, because as you see right there, you just kind of have to push the paint out of the way so you can get the string through. And what I did is I did one white one and two red ones, and then I just continued with that pattern until I got to the end of that string. And then I ended up with 5 white ones and I think 8 red ones. So then I just string that through the hole and tie another knot, and then I hot glue that to the back of the sign as well. Now you can cover the sign if you want with some paper. I didn't this time just because I am going to have it hanging in my house, but I may go back. I may even go back and make it a 2-sided sign at some point. Then once I was all done with that, I took my antique Mod Podge and I just gave it a really thick layer all over that sign because I wanted to add that antiquing look, so it dulled down some of the white. Then I took my buffalo check ribbon and made a bow, and I took some of the red Christmas sparkly ribbon that I had and made another bow and attached them together. And then I'm going to put them right on the right top corner of that sign. And I just love this picture. I think it came out so adorable. One of the reasons why I used the black chalk paint was because the calendar is actually on the other side of that picture, and you can kind of see it if you put it against a light backing. But I wasn't quite sure how Christmassy the black would be, but I actually really, really love this. And it will probably go in my bedroom because my bedroom is usually buffalo check during Christmas time, or at least it has been the last few years. We'll see. I know I'll get tired of it soon and change it out, but this year I think I'll probably keep it the same, and I'll just have to add this into my bedroom. And then I just added some more of those little berries and the pine cones and the greenery to that middle of that bow to cover up where the tie was for it, and there it is. I absolutely love it. Oh, it is so pretty. You'll have to let me know what you think about it in the comment box. And then for the final DIY, this one I loved. I think it is so cute. And I bought this is a gift box that I bought from Walmart last year. And I used some 5-gallon stir sticks and some greenery. And I saw this box last year at Walmart, and I thought that would make an adorable sign. So I decided I was going to give this a try. So here I'm just marking where I need to trim the side pieces of those stir sticks. So I'm just marking, I had it all laid out, and I'm marking where I want to cut them down. And then I just take my miter saw and I cut them down to the size that I needed. And then I take some truffle and hazelnut Waverly chalk paint and mix them together. And then I'm just using a baby wipe to put a real thin layer onto each one of those sticks. Now I did the fronts and the sides, but not the back. And then I opened up the box and I'm just ripping the corners, kind of ripping the glue off of them to open it up all the way. And then I take my utility knife and I am just cutting along each one of those edges that were where they folded. And then once I had it all cut off, I laid those sticks back where I had them. I had made little marks on the box, and I am just hot gluing them in place. Sorry about getting my head in the view. And then once that was all done, I took my knife and I trimmed the bottom piece off. Then I took some ribbon that I had from last year. I found it in my stash, and I thought this would be perfect to make a little hanger, and I just kind of measured where I wanted it. And it's perfect because it has a little red truck on the ribbon, so I thought this would be perfect to go with that. So then I took some more of those sticks and some of the ends that I cut off, and I'm just hot gluing them to the back of that picture just to give it a little more security, because it was kind of wanting to move around a little, like it was kind of flimsy. So I thought just adding this to the back would really help give it some more strength. So then I took some of these beaded garland. I think I might have got these at Hobby Lobby. I don't remember if I got them at Dollar Tree or Hobby Lobby. I think they were Hobby Lobby though. But I'm just using a little hot glue here and there as I lay it out all around the picture. And then I just took some of the, I had a garland from Dollar Tree, sorry, and I just cut a piece off of it, glued it to the corner, and added this red sparkly pine cone that I got from Hobby Lobby, and then some of this white floral pieces to the corner. Now I put one on the top right corner and the bottom right corner just to kind of hide the where those paint sticks narrowed. I figured instead of cutting them down, I could just do this and just kind of cover it up with the greenery. And I love the way this came out. And then I used some of those flowers that I got from Dollar Tree as well. And then at the end of it all, I used my antiquing Mod Podge to put all over the front just to give it that more antique look, so it didn't look so much like a shiny box. And I absolutely love the way this came out. You'll have to tell me what you think, but I just think it is so cute. I can't wait to hang it up. So you guys, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, but you've enjoyed watching today's video, I really hope and ask that you would hit that subscribe button as well as that notification bell. That way you're notified whenever I upload a video. And all of you, give me that thumbs up and make a comment. Let me know what you think. Next week, I'm not going to have a video tomorrow. I will have a next one next week for sure, but not tomorrow since this one came out today. So with all that, you guys have a wonderful week, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you are starting to think of Christmas because it's right around the corner. Anyways, you guys have a blessed week, and we will see you next week. Bye-bye. Challenge, and I am just loving it. If I haven't said this by now, I love Christmas. Everyone who knows me knows that I just go bonkers over Christmas. So this challenge is my name is Brenda, and welcome as well. I don't want to say that. Another Christmas in July celebration challenge, whatever you want to call it, but for let's do some more Christmas crafts. So I hope, I don't know what to say. Let's get to crafting. No. Okay. Hi guys, that's not what I'm doing. I'm just trying to support each other through this crazy life of YouTube channels. Let me tell you, it's crazy. Huh? Yeah. Have you? I was doing so good. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, you'll be able to easily find each video, and I am just. I can't talk. Okay, this 53-year-old brain doesn't work as well as it used to. But it said. Let's not cry.